Hey guys, and welcome back to the Iron Physique YouTube channel. Got a bit more of an informal one today. Posted a Q&A on my Instagram earlier this week. Got a few cool questions, so I picked 5 at random and we're just going to go through them. Let's get started. Okay, so the first question. It's a tough one because I've learned quite a lot with regards to business and training also, so I'm going to break it down into two. With regards to business, is how consistent you must be, and I think the other one would be there's a lot more free stuff out there for you to use for your business than you think. I started off with zero money coming in, and now I'm not where I want to be, but I'm closer than I was when I started. It's I left my employed job in February last year, so I'd say it's been about 6-7 months since Iron Physique started, and I've never ever thought I would be where I am now, and I'm so grateful for the people that have helped. But yeah, it would be stay consistent with everything. It's the small things, learning, figuring out the free things that you could use. I had, like I said, I had nothing. So things like business cards and uniforms, that came later because it was an investment. But things like you can get a website for free. Not a domain, but you can build your own website. Social media, that's another massive thing. I'm not a business mentor in any means. I am still learning, but if I can pass on the stuff I've learned in this short period of time to other people, and hopefully they can get to their goals, that'd be perfect. That'd be awesome, you know. With regards to training, the biggest thing I've learned is there's more than one way to skin a cat, for example. So there's more than one way to get to your goal. However, which one is optimal for you? That is the biggest question. You got things to look at like schedule, personalities, how you like to train. Then you've got things like what your actual goal is. The small, you've got minutiae with regards to like I said, the training frequency, whether you use certain methods to get to your goal. That's all the minutiae. You need to get the foundation, the bigger building blocks in first before you progress into knowing the minutiae, like exercise selection, stuff like that. That doesn't really matter if you're not in the gym. So you can pick the most perfect exercise, the most perfect workout. If you're not in the gym consistently to perform it, you ain't getting no results. It's as simple as that. But yeah, no, that would probably be the biggest thing. And I think the other thing I would say would be just to learn as much as you can, learn as many different training methods as possible, then tweak it and find one that works for you. That's the best thing. Okay, so next question. Both is my short answer. Both is ideal for building muscle. I've trained since I was 18 till about 24. I trained to failure. Volume was very minimal. It was very much so the Dorian Yates method, but sort of like in a bastardized form, sort of thing. So it was very much 2 sets, high load, mixing some metabolite training in there as well. So drop sets, supersets, things like that. That was the thing. It's very much, there was no particular way of programming in there, no particular way of periodization in there. So as I learned more, it became more apparent to me that the way I was training was not optimal, and I needed to go out and learn. So both are definitely needed. However, again, it all depends on your personality type. If you're one of those people who likes to be a knucklehead, for lack of a better term, and go in and train hard and just train to failure, by all means, do it. Go for it. That's how you like to train. Go for it. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Same with volume. If you're the person who likes to go and smash a shed load of volume, when I say volume, I mean the working sets you do, do it. However, I do think both are needed for hypertrophy. One question I will ask you guys is, when you guys train, and when people train, they always increase load, right? So they always increase the weight on the bar, or the dumbbells, or the weight on the cable. Why don't you guys increase the volume as well? So the load is always being increased, but the volume always stays the same. And the research has shown that volume is definitely key for building muscle, quite a bit actually. If you have a look at my articles that are on my website, and I'll put a link down below in the bio or description box, should I say. Have a look at the articles and dissect what you want. There's new research coming out all the time, but have a look at them, and hopefully it will answer a couple of questions that you've got. No one's the same, so saying there's only one way to train is utter crap, for lack of a better term. But yeah, I would definitely say both volume and failure. Number 3. This is a bit of a different question I didn't think I'd get. I like social media. I do think there are times when social media can get really negative, but I do also think that you are in complete control of what you do with your social media. For me, for example, on my Instagram, I have every single person I follow, there's a purpose for it, whether that's educational, whether that's because I like the content, whether that's because I think they're someone I look up to. You've got things like, small things like music, but the negative things, the negative people you have on your social media, there are a few, so you can look too much into it with regards, like, you got family and stuff like that, but the basics of it is, I honestly do believe that you are in complete control of who you have on your social media, and that has a massive effect on what you view on it. Life's too short to be surrounded by negative people. Question number 4. This is a tricky one, and it's tricky because everyone is different. What I will say is that I do honestly think that the time of giving someone a diet plan, especially the general public, giving someone a diet plan to follow, literally like a Bible, like, here you go, now go follow it, is dead. For general public, is dead. With so much option out there now, it's just, you have to be like a robot. For bodybuilders, perfect, that's absolutely fine. However, for the general public, if people just want to lose a bit of weight, it's dead. So staying consistent, getting the small things done first. So getting into routine with trying to have a bit of fruit and veg with every meal. Small things like that. Get those down, get those sorted, and then build up on it. If I said to you, okay, right, I'm now going to give you a diet plan, and we are going to weigh every single bit of food, and you work in a hospital for example, you're not going to have time. You're going to have time to sit down and have the food that you got planned, that you prepped earlier, especially if it's a busy day. It's just not valid. It's just not going to work. So you have to find a way that suits your schedule, that suits your goals, that suits who you are as a person. Are you someone who likes to eat a bit later? Are you someone who likes to eat a bit sooner? Are you someone who likes to spread meals out through the day, like snacking? Or are you someone who likes bigger meals, just less often? These things are all things to consider, and then once you've got these questions answered, then you can work out a plan of how to stay consistent. Final question number 5. Used to be my legs. My legs are still my biggest body part by far. I look like a triangle, but now it's definitely arms. I think because I want my arms to grow, and I've been focused on them for a very long time, using different methods to see which works for me. But definitely arms. I really do enjoy training arms. That's it for today, guys. Awesome questions. If you got a question that I haven't answered, or if there's a question that you would like to be answered, head over to my social media, my Instagram, which is below. There's a link below. Ping across the message and I'll get it answered for you. Have a great week, guys, and also a great weekend. See you next time. Take care.